These three children are on the brink of starvation. In this place, there isn't the most miserable, only more misery. The three children, barefoot, crouch in a corner, trying to hide from the harsh reality. Opposite them is their mother, her eyes vacant, lost in thoughts of why fate has been so cruel to her. This woman, with her once healthy figure, is now a pitiful widow, often harassed by men in the village. According to the filming crew, her husband was tragically killed by a falling tree while logging. Now, she is left to care for three young children, all crying out for food. The weight of life is unbearable, and she weeps daily. When she encounters the men who harass her, she doesn't dare make a sound. There's an old saying, bad luck always seeks out the unfortunate, just as a frayed rope always snaps at its weakest point. Despite the heaven's injustice, she must continue to care for her three young, helpless children. This is a village in eastern Nepal where the climate and environment are relatively favorable. Far from the hustle and bustle of cities, there are no wealthy experts with $500,000 in savings here. The houses are perched on the mountainside, with transportation highly inaccessible, completely cut off from modern civilization. The villagers rely on the mountains and the water, sustained by the land they live on. Early in the morning, the woman heads to her small plot of land to pick string beans to prepare breakfast for her children. The warmer climate in eastern Nepal makes it ideal for growing various organic crops. She quickly fills a large basket and returns home. Barefoot, she sits and shells the string beans, slicing the harvested yams into quarters with a sickle. After a simple wash, she starts heating oil in a small iron pan. The cooking environment is extremely crude, the space cramped, with the earthen stove barely reaching her knees. If any experts were to visit, they would probably stop them from cooking, citing air pollution from the wood fire, and suggest moving out of the mountains to buy a house, perhaps even renting out their old home. The little girl beside her, already hungry, squats in the corner watching her mother cook. As the oil heats up in the pan, the woman tosses in the string beans and yams, stirring them over the intense flame. The long hours spent cooking indoors have left the house dark and covered in soot. In this isolated place, there are no modern appliances, no electric stoves, no rice cookers. Though the house is barren and dilapidated, all the food they eat is purely natural, untouched by modern technology or harmful additives. Before the string beans are fully cooked, the cornmeal mush is already ready. Cornmeal mush is the staple food here. The mother serves it onto plates, one for each child, with a small portion of string beans and yams on the side. The three children sit on the floor, as they are not accustomed to using chairs, and there are no chopsticks or dining tables. They are so hungry that they immediately start grabbing the cornmeal with their blackened, greasy hands, stuffing it into their mouths. Watching her children, the mother, filled with sorrow, still makes sure to give them a little more food. Though they are living in extreme poverty, these three children are the future hope of the family. After the meal, they put on their backpacks and walk down the mountain, trekking 5 kilometers to school. May these three little girls one day break free from the mountains and cross the threshold of a better life. If you were unfortunate enough to be born here, how would you change your fate?